Rick Wiles is a lunatic end times radio host, and he has a dire warning for you about all of those gay liberal Nazis.
Okay, now the royal family of Great Britain has a long, sordid history with Nazism. Many of the British royal family were closet Nazis in the 30s. And the point I'm making is the Nazis are in control of the West right now. The United States of America has been taken over by neo-Nazis. The left, the homosexual rights movement, the abortionists, these are Nazis. They're Nazis. The Nazi Party of Germany was a militant homosexual movement. We have a resurgence of Nazism. They're killing babies. They're selling baby parts. Everything that is despicable. This is what they're doing. This is Nazism.
That's like they gave your crazy uncle at the Thanksgiving dinner table a radio show. He's like, all right, Chet, here's a microphone. Say all that dumb shit you say on Turkey Day. We'll be back in 3 hours. Oh, my God, that was so sad to listen to. I can't believe this guy exists. This guy exists. And let's be clear here. It is not an act with this guy. We've covered maybe 6 or 7 different stories with this guy and comments he's made on his radio show. Oh, no, he's totally serious. He's totally serious. And this guy, people like this scare me, man. People like this remind me of like the most hardcore Muslim fundamentalists. Because it's like they really believe it to their core and they're so fucking brainwashed that they might actually be crazy enough to act on this shit in reality. Like, I wouldn't allow Rick Wiles anywhere near any government official, because look at the shit he's saying, and if he really believes it, I mean, if he really thinks Obama and the left are Nazis, goodness gracious, he's liable to do anything. But, all right, so let's break this down. At the beginning, he says the Queen is like, well, the Queen was a Nazi, basically, is his argument. And he's actually, what he's referring to is, there's a story that broke a few days ago where the Queen, when she was a little baby in like 1933, like a toddler, I guess you could say. There's a home recording of her doing the Nazi salute, and she's doing it with her family. Now, of course, that's grotesque and terrible, but understand that this was 1933. Nobody knew that Hitler was Hitler yet. So let's just everything in historical perspective. They didn't know about the concentration camps. They didn't know that Hitler would declare war on them. The Olympics were held in Nazi Germany. People forget that. You want to know why it was held in Nazi Germany? Because nobody knew Hitler was Hitler. Nobody knew it was a genocidal maniac who was doing a Holocaust and he wants to exterminate the Jews and the Gypsies and everybody who's not fucking Aryan. Okay, so is it overblown to say like, no, Nazi, she's a Nazi, I bet she's a Nazi now. Of course it's overblown. I guarantee you, she lost her affinity for Nazi Germany the day that they started bombing the living fuck out of them. Come on, you have to be objective. You have to be fair about this stuff, man. Of course, it's terrible, and of course, I wish it never happened and she didn't do it, but do I think that today, people in Britain are as pro-Nazi as they were before they knew Hitler was Hitler and he declared war on them and fought them? By the way, it was the same thing in America. You don't think there was a lot of Nazi sympathy in America? Of course there was. Way more than you see. Like now we have little groups of neo-Nazis here and there, but back before everybody knew Hitler was Hitler, and before he declared war on America too, people, they didn't know which side they supported in the war. They were like, well, do we support like France and those pussies, or do we support the Nazis? Oh, they seem strong. Maybe we should enter the war on their side. That was a discussion had in America before the war happened. So just keep everything in perspective. Okay, so that's what he's referring to, and then he goes off the deep end. He goes, Nazis control the West right now. Do they? Do they? And then he goes on to explain exactly who the modern-day Nazis are. The gay rights people. The gay rights people. Liberals and abortionists. These are today's Nazis. You know why this is extra stupid? There was just a whole bunch of KKK rallies, neo-Confederate rallies, all around the country, just recently. Just this past week. Let me show you a picture that went viral from one of these protests. What is it that I see there? This guy is holding a Nazi flag. Look at everybody in the background. Now, he's part of the same goddamn protest. They have Confederate flags. He has Nazi flags. They are friends. They are allies. So you know who's much closer to Nazi ideology in America? The ultra-right wing, the neo-Confederates, the extremist white Southerners. Those are the people who are much more sympathetic to Nazi ideology. In fact, they have Nazis, neo-Nazis, in their ranks, and they love them, and they're their buddies. You know who's nowhere near Nazis on the political spectrum? I don't know. Maybe the liberals that you say are Nazis? Maybe the gay rights people? Really? The gay rights people are Nazis. You do know that Hitler also put to death gay people, right? But he doesn't know that. You want to know why he doesn't know that? He just told you what he thought the Nazi movement was. He said it was a militant homosexual movement. Yeah, that's right, man. That's right. The Nazis were a militant gay movement. See, the way that these guys function and the way they argue is like the lowest form of argument. Because what do? Anybody and anything who you don't like and you want to demonize, you just immediately say they're Nazis. It doesn't have to be attached in any way ideologically, doesn't have to be attached any way in reality. If you disagree in any way, shape, or form with Rick Wiles, he'll just call you a Nazi and he'll convince himself that you really are a Nazi, even if the people who are housing Nazis, neo-Nazis in today's day and age in America are literally in the neo-Confederate movement, and you can see it. It's evidence. It's right in front of your eyes. But no. In his mind, the people who want to raise the minimum wage, the people who want to give everybody equality, the people who want to stop wars, the people who want to have a fair immigration system, yeah, all the people who are against all the things the Nazis were for, they are somehow Nazis. Genius.